Witam was ponownie, z tej strony Archie, a to jest druga część Call of Juarez Gunslinger. Kontynuujmy więc grę.
So was the bastard you were after now riding with the cowboys?
Roscoe Bob Bryant was his name.
Oh.
But no, this time it was a different bastard I was after. The aforementioned Mr. Ringo. And yes, he was working for Old Man Clanton. I came upon them robbing a stagecoach, which wasn't surprising, being they were such murderous thieves and bastards. The bandits wore red scarves, so I knew they worked for the old man.
Okej, zaczynamy zabawę.
I did my best to help those poor passengers.
Get out here! Okay, now you're really pissing me off.
Moments later, the attackers were dead. And I checked the stagecoach to see how many passengers were still breathing. None. It was then I wondered if the rocks weren't hiding more bandits. Was that all of them? Or did I just hit the rear guard? I quickly got my answer. They attacked from on high like Apaches often did.
No jakże by inaczej.
Numbers from above and rained down lead on their hapless enemies' heads.
O wow.
Making use of the high ground and whatever else they had. Yep, the Apaches always appeared out of nowhere, and there never seemed to be an end to them.
Zobaczmy, co tu mamy dalej. Making time. Okay.
Hold on. Were you attacked by Apaches? What happened to the cowboys?
Did I say they were Apaches? I said Clanton's cowboys attacked me Apache style. I was in a pitched battle, and I was holding my own against an overwhelming enemy force.
Jeden, drugi, trzeci, czwarty, piąty.
See, at the time, I was still pretty green, but often blundered into regrettable situations. But I just kept shooting at anything I could see up in those damn rocks. I didn't see Ringo. I knew he was with the cowboys. He and Roscoe Bob had done me a dreadful wrong, and I was determined to have my revenge. But to get to Ringo, I knew I'd have to fight my way past these other assholes first. Unfortunately, I was running out of ammo. Another perfect example of my relative inexperience as a hunter of men. I immediately knew that a tactical retreat was called for, as my vengeful fury was much less impressive without the bullets to back it up. Finally, they managed to corner me. Trapped as I was, the odds of my survival seemed pretty slim. Luckily, serendipity was on my side as I suddenly spotted a way out of my predicament.
Hard to hit a moving target.
I ran ahead as if the devil himself was after me. Bullets were whizzing by my ears, but I wasn't about to roll over and die.
Aha,
I
nie
just
mam
kept
amunicji.
running like there was no tomorrow.
To mi oddajcie
Because there
strzelbę.
wouldn't be if Clanton and his men caught up with me. As I was scurrying around those caves, I thought, what was I thinking? Going up against a gang like this.
Oh wow.
They were hunting me like I was game. I just kept running, not knowing where the hell I was going.
Co jest? To nie było fajne. No dobra, jeszcze raz. Kurde, ale strzelamy. I wszystko jasne, nie w tą stronę uciekałem. Ała, ała, ała.
And that's when something miraculous happened. Like manna from heaven, I found the desiccated remains of what looked like an Apache warrior. The old weapon next to him supplied me with some much-needed ammunition. That Masterson once told me it was more important to be lucky than good, and he would know. And imagine my surprise when I found a fistful of dynamite to go along with that ammo. That stroke of good fortune, even the odds, bolstered my confidence. It was time to turn the tables. Time for the prey to become the predator. Time for the hunted to become the hunter. Time.
All right, Jesus, we get it. They were right where you wanted them.
That's right, Jack. I was done running. And the old man's boys were not expecting that. No, sir. I came at them like a wildcat. My fury knew no bounds. It was finally time for that old man to pay for his sins.
No dobra,
I yelled
pobawmy
out
się.
at the top of my lungs, Clanton, I'm coming for you! A little stealth might have made more sense, to be perfectly honest. Because that old fool had a Gatling gun and enough bullets to last him till Kingdom Come. But I knew I could not let that deter me. Not if I was to find and kill Ringo. I needed to get that old man off that gun.
Gotta reload.
Most everyone thought it was the Ruales who had come up against him in Guadalupe Canyon, but it was just me.
Y'all murderous bastard! Hey, let's see what you're made of, boy.
Chyba go nie trafię.
How you live this long?
Za bardzo.
Damn, I gotta reload. You want something on me?
No dobra,
One of the
niezbyt
cowboys made it
wymagający.
out of there alive, and told Ike and Billy Clanton that it wasn't a Mexican who took their father's life that day. They just assumed it was one of the Earps, and that little misunderstanding eventually led to that legendary gunfight at the OK Corral. A few weeks after that dust-up at the OK Corral, I was still after Johnny Ringo. I had tracked him and the cowboys to their hideout at a sawmill, and they were loaded for bear.
So, what exactly did Johnny Ringo do to piss you off?
Well, him and that other bastard.
Roscoe Bob Bryant?
Yep. They both deserve to die, and I promise I'll tell you why. But first I need to tell you about the Cowboys' new boss, Curly Bill Brocious.
Herb's coming!
Get ready, boys. Curly Bill took charge of the Cowboys upon the old man's demise. And after that gunfight at the OK Corral, the Clantons wanted revenge. So they murdered Morgan Earp and grievously wounded his older brother, Virgil.
Hit him from the side!
Wyatt and Doc went on what became known as the Vendetta Ride, hunting those outlaws down. So when I showed up, that's who they thought I was.
Czyżby gdzieś wyżej?
Murder that bastard!
Pozbierajmy amunicję, tam gdzie się da. Dobra.
There were killers around every corner, all wearing red bandanas. That's how the Cowboys identified each other. And I was beginning to wish I had one myself. But I wasn't about to let Ringo walk away unscathed. And that's what drove me forward.
They say that Ringo was infernally fast.
I hardly saw anyone faster, boy. Certainly not Wyatt Earp.
Okej.
That man was all hat
Upgrade.
and no cap.
O, super. Już to mam? Co to było? Improved damage and concentration. Okej. Trochę amunicji. Tutaj amunicja. Shotguna nie chcę. O, was tu już.
Earp wasn't much of a match for him, but Doc Holliday might have taken him.
That Lunger should have kept his nose out of it. They never charged anyone for the murder of Morgan Earp.
But everybody knew that Curly shot him in the back. That was common knowledge.
Yeah, maybe so. But Ringo had nothing to do with it. He was just being loyal to a friend.
Is that what you call it? Being loyal? Well, to get to that loyal friend, I had to pass by some buzzsaws as big as a man.
Wow, wow, wow.
Excuse me, sir. I have a question.
What's that, Dwight?
After old man Clanton died, why didn't his son take over the Cowboys?
Because Ike Clanton was dumber than a box of rocks and a yellow belly to boot. Where was I?
Taking down the entire cowboy gang single-handed.
Indeed I was, Jack.
No dobra. Coś już mi tu strzela. Wow.
Though it wasn't easy, as those boys had good cover.
No chodź. Gdzieś tu kogoś słyszę. O, tu mi ktoś strzela. Okej. A, szybko.
Everywhere, piles of lumber, and God knows what else for people to hide behind. That really was one hell of a sawmill. Quite an
Tu nic
impressive operation.
ciekawego. Więc idziemy dalej. Amunicji mam pełno. Do rewolwerów, niestety do strzelby już nie.
And where was Curly Bill? Did you see him?
I'm about to get to that, Ben. Patience. I'm painting a picture here. There was this beautiful waterfall and a crystal clear stream that led to a verdant valley that was truly...
Consider your picture painted. What happened next?
Well, finally the bastards that were still alive made a last stand. Curly Bill, Johnny Ringo, and his compadres took off into the lumber yard, and I followed after.
Whisky musi być. No dobra, gdzie ty jesteś?
Are you saying they ran? Cowardice was not in Ringo nor Curly Bill's nature.
No, sir. I never said they were running scared. They just wanted me out in the open.
Time to dance with the devil! Did that sumbitch Herb send you to kill me? Kill that stupid son of a...
Musicie ze wszystkich stron mnie bić. No teraz nie wyjdę. O, dobra. Trzeba trochę się podleczyć. No, kurwa.
Procius gave me no choice but to take his life. But Ringo was nowhere to be found.
I knew you didn't kill Ringo, because he was found dead in a different location altogether.
To this day, his killer is still unknown.
Indeed. Took me a few months before I finally tracked his ass to West Turkey Creek Canyon.
No dobra.
That's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
A kurde. Taka prosta walka.
That's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
No, chodź tu, chodź.
Sorry I had to ruin the legend for you, boy. But the legend ain't always true. Doc Holliday had nothing to do with the death of Johnny Ringo. I was paid a healthy bounty for Ringo and Curly Bill, and realized there was real money to be made. That's why I went after Henry Plummer.
Now, wasn't he the sheriff who augmented his income by shaking down miners and robbing gold shipments?
That's the one.
Oh, yeah, I remember him. He ran that gang of thieving outlaws called the Innocents.
So it's true that you went toe-to-toe with him?
Indeed I did, son. Indeed I did. I knew I needed resources if I was going to track down Roscoe Bob Bryan, and hunting Plummer looked like a good way to get rich quick. As the local vigilantes exposed him as the leader of the bandits, and put a generous price on his head. Plummer rallied his gang to plunder one last gold mine before making their escape, and that's where I thought I'd find him.
It makes me nervous standing so close to all these goddamn barrels of gunpowder.
Why would you be nervous? No one has the cojones to come after us. As long as you don't light up a cigar, we're fine.
Besides, George is up there on the rocks with that rifle of his. Nothing gets past him.
Gdzie wy te rozmowy sobie urządzacie? Tutaj.
My late father pointed out to me more than once. God made men. Sam did the Pope made them equal.
No, fajnie. Uff. Co tu leżało? O. Super. O, może tutaj coś znajdziemy ciekawego. Albo tylko się nabiegamy. No coś już tu widzę świecącego. Jakieś sekrety, nie sekrety. I shotgun. Nie chcę. Okej, to wygląda. Jeszcze druga strona. To wyjście? Tu byłem, no to tu. A, dobra. Po prostu przejście.
I knew that dynamite wasn't mine, so I decided the polite thing would be to return it.
A wysadźmy tu, żeby się nie marnowały. O. Dobra.
It was the biggest gold rush since Sutter's Mill in '48. Unfortunately, prospectors weren't the only ones drawn to those riches.
O.
There were thieves and killers, robbing travelers and hijacking gold ships. Like those that ran with Plummer. Some were just regular folks I knew from town, drawn by greed and easy pickings. Charlie Crow, the blacksmith. James, who worked in the stable.
O.
Sam and Jeremiah Barber.
Nie jest tak łatwo to przycelować. Dobra, co my tu dalej mamy? Cold-blooded, more concentration in the bar. O, to się na pewno przyda. A tu co mamy? Dynamite. Ale to.
Ordinary citizens who lived a double life. Stealing and thieving and murdering their neighbors.
Amunicja, amunicja, amunicja. Dynamit i przeciwnicy. Kurde.
Of course, the rest were veterans of the Civil War. Stone cold killers trained on the bloody fields of Shiloh and Antietam. Plummer had a lot of men on his payroll.
Gdzie ty tam jesteś?
That son of a bitch pretended to protect the public with one hand while stealing them blind with the other. He set up a defensive perimeter which I had no idea how to breach.
Do you know who we are? Damn ears are ringing.
Dangerous, desperate individuals. I was outnumbered and in way over my head, but I was too damn stubborn and stupid to realize it. They must have thought I was touched. Or had some kind of death wish. Seeing as there were barrels of gunpowder everywhere. One stray bullet, one stray spark, and I'd be blown to hell and gone. Did I have any second thoughts about what I was doing? No.
Wszyscy
I thought I
chyba
was some
wszyscy.
kind of hero. I finally made it past and headed on to meet my destiny. But first, I had something I needed to figure out. I had a few ideas on how to get into that mine, but once I made my decision, I knew there was no turning back. So my first thought was to enter the nearest mine portal. I saw an entrance. Made sense.
No to idziemy.
It was the quickest way in, but that also made it more dangerous, as there would undoubtedly be enemy pickets posted along the way.
Can't hide forever!
Besides, once you enter a mine like that, it's easy to get all turned around. And that confusing maze of corridors wouldn't even be the worst of it. Some of those shafts could be as deep as hell. A single stumble or misstep can easily end in a deadly plunge to oblivion.
Hey, I'll flank him! You must be about out of bullets. You can't hide forever. You ain't beefing me. I will drop you down a mine shaft. I do not deserve to die.
Nie ma uciekania.
Often make up for a lack of common sense.
Co?
Luckily, I was never one to be easily bushwhacked. I would just need to be careful not to blow myself to kingdom come.
Take that asshole
With
out.
all that gunpowder and dynamite everywhere,
Tu ładnie.
a body has to know what he's shooting at.
Ty, koleś.
You'll die for this, you hear me?
O! Niedobrze.
Get him! Time to blow your shit up.
One wrong bullet could have turned that mine into a dad-blasted tube.
A tego headshota jakim cudem strzeliłem? O, to jest pytanie.
My plan of attack was not just moronic,
Tu się
but
dzieje.
way insane.
Ups.
It's a good thing that I abandoned that ridiculous plan before I even tried it. Instead, I spotted a ladder, a way into the mine from the opposite side. It was a long way around, but that approach seemed more sensible at the time. Of course, being I had a problem with heights, that scaffolding scared the bejesus out of me. Climbing down that ladder required some caution, because even though I had a younger man's reflexes, no man can dodge a damn bullet while climbing down a rickety ladder. I needed to make a leap of faith. I was determined not to give up, however, as Sheriff Plummer seemed quite the despicable character. When the vigilantes discovered what the sheriff was up to, people were outraged. That 10,000 they put on his head would go a long way to helping me find old Tom. And I had made it my mission to settle that score come hell or high water. But first, I would have to make a choice. Take the elevator or climb the ladder.
Chodźmy drabiną.
I wanted to use the element of surprise. Plus, I figured I could use the exercise. I was warmed up already, so what the hell? Plummer was a mad dog killer, and the people of Nevada City deserved it.
O! Niedobrze, niedobrze.
He was the sheriff of both places at one time or another, but that's neither here nor there. The point was, taking him down would save a lot of lives, including my own.
Zaczyna się robić coraz ciekawiej. A to wciąż tylko początek. Dobra, Heniu, pokaż co potrafisz.
Henry Plummer was clearly unhinged, and I could see right away that this was going to take some doing.
No, come on boys. Gdzie jesteście? Tu mamy jednego, tu mamy drugiego. Trzeci. Czwarty. Oła. O, nie muszę od początku. Gdzie ty jesteś? Czyżbym wysadził dynamit w dłoni? Kończy mi się amunicja.
I'm going full medieval on your ass.
O, właśnie się skończył. O. Końcóweczka. Oj, akurat level up. Extra damage for combo. Co to jest? No dobra.
So that's how Henry Plummer died. Him and his crew were worth their weight in gold. And now, I was officially a bounty hunter.
So, did you finally go after that Bob feller?
Well, I heard word he was in Kansas with John Wesley Hardin. So that's where I went.
Where in Kansas?
Abilene. Why do you ask, Ben?
No reason.
Was Hardin as fast as Ringo?
Ringo was fast, but John Wesley was as fast as the devil himself. Hell, he killed his first man at 15. From that day forward, he had a price on his head and wouldn't back down for nobody, not even Wild Bill Hickok himself.
Okej, myślę, że to by było na tyle w tym odcinku, także zapraszam do oglądania następnego. Więc żegnam się, cześć.